Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sarah here. I'm so excited about this video. It is a new pen day video and it is my first custom or bespoke pen made by the incredible Casey from Pens by Casey, who is an Australian pen maker. And this is the hybrid custom Blue Ghost and Burl. This is I've said incredible so many times, but it is. I think Casey's just from chatting with him, you get the feeling that he's just this really great person. He was so amazing to chat with and talk through the pen with and everything else, but I'll talk a bit more about him later. Let's have a look at this beautiful, amazing pen. Comes in a pen pouch, which is nice, means it's protected. He also shipped it super fast, which some people care about, but it was really nicely packaged. There, no risk of it being damaged. And here is the absolute beauty. So it's called a hybrid because it's got the wood and resin. I had a hybrid, wanting a hybrid pen on my wish list because I just think there's something really magical about it. And what I guess the video, you can't feel watching because it's a visual medium, but it feels as if it's one piece. You're not holding the pen going, oh, this is where the wood starts, this is where the wood ends. It's like magical. It sits as one in your hand. I said to Casey, I wanted him to decide and design how it is, the size and the cap, if they're tapered or whatever. And so this is Casey's design. It's not a postable pen, but it's a big enough pen that I don't think you need to do it. It's got a Yovo fine nib in it and it comes with a converter as well. What I find really amazing about this is I've always leaned away from chunkier pens because I have small hands, but the section is narrower and somehow he's basically balanced it in the way that the pen body is wider, the section is narrower, yet both parts feel really good in your hand, and the narrowness of the section works for when I need to write, but the chunkier pen body also feels comfortable in your hand, and I can understand where he says, I think these hybrids need to be that slightly bigger. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to explain quite a nuanced feeling, and I've rambled as I have started pen comparisons, but I hope that does make sense. Looking at it next to a TWSBI Eco, it is a little bit bigger nib and bigger body, but it's pretty comparable to that. And I don't know if you can see there, it just, my hands aren't spread really wide apart. It just works. I think it's the fine tuning of it. I think what you're getting when you're buying a pen from a bespoke maker like Casey is they're not just churning out pens for the sake of it. So they actually really understand the craft of writing. There's a craft in making the pen for sure, but it sits in your hand, or this pen sits in my hand in a way that just feels thought out. And that is pretty cool if you ask me. So I'll do some writing samples. I'm on a Rhodia blank paper here. I wanted to try cream, so that's what I'm doing it on. And I'm just dunking it into Diamine Twilight. And because this is a voiceover and I've got hindsight, I just want to say, so I was really scared to I just don't want to ever damage this pen. So I did my first dip into the bottle. I hardly got anything because I was just so nervous. So the first couple of bits of writing, it looks as if the pen is hard starting. It's actually not. It was me being way, way too cautious. And then you'll see that I dip it back in and actually get some ink on the pen and the hard starts completely go away. So that is not a Yovo nib thing. It is not a Casey thing. It is a Sarah just wanting to protect the pen at all costs thing. So there you go. That's what I was talking about now. As I said before, I got this with a fine nib. I've never used Yovo nibs before. I've, seen quite a few videos of people with them. I'm finding, I thought extra fine was kind of where I was really comfortable, but more and more I'm liking fines. And mediums, just feeling like it's a bit too big, and this nib feels the same, is in the fine feels really nice. Here you go. Now I'm dipping back in. As I was saying at the beginning, when you chat to Casey, even just like over message on Insta, he just has this really nice energy to him. It's really hard to explain, because I'm like trying to say like that this person I never met is like a really good person, but that's just the feel you get. And I've seen other people in other videos, like, Karina Loves to Plan was saying how great it was to kind of work with him and, in purchasing a pen, and I had the same experience. It was just a really enjoyable experience, and I definitely get a pretty strong feeling that he loves what he does. I think Casey has a lot of care in the pens, but even if you take it like a step before that, in like the material itself, Casey does quite a bit of stuff with wood, and I know he talks about stabilizing wood, and I'm not even going to pretend to know or say that I know what he's talking about, but he's definitely knowledgeable in the materials he's using, and I think it's all purposeful and thought out, and he's just like a lot of fun to chat with. So I've just said here, I think the pen, it looks beautiful, it's really comfortable in the hand, and it's just a good fit as a truck goes by. What I mean by that is, I'm going to wait for the truck. If you live in Melbourne, how are your level train crossing removals going? Because we are in lots of construction around here. All right, back to the important stuff. Just going through a writing sample here. As you can see, just some kind of normal, pardon me, quick writing, and I'll do some print after. It writes really, really nicely. It's, really no issues with the nib whatsoever. And while writing, as sounding like a little bit like a broken record, but it feels really nice in the hand. I am going to hopefully be able to put Casey's Instagram details in the description, but just in case I can't, it's pens by Casey _ on Instagram. Do you like how I should have just looked it up before this? Pens by Casey _ is right on Instagram. Definitely worth having a look at his channel. Not a channel, that's YouTube. Having a look at his page. Oh my lordy. Do you guys think I'll ever be able to do a video where I just say what I'm trying to say? Probably not, but I did write down some thoughts, so let's actually talk through what I'm writing down instead of how Sarah can't talk. By beautiful, I mean the way he's turned the hybrid blank of wood and resin, I think just is amazing. It just is incredible. I really, really love it. Good fit. It's, self-explanatory, but I actually think this pen would fit most hand sizes, which I can't actually say about other pens. I usually tend to go towards smaller pens, but I have no trouble with this pen, so I think it's quite versatile in that way. And comfortable, with the stuff I was talking about, the section. And I know that, like, listening back to that bit of the voiceover, because most pens do that, and I do get that, but I just keep coming back to that this pen feels thought out. And I guess why I'm wanting to emphasize that is that I said to him, like, you decide how this one's finished, and he did, and he did it really, really well. As said before, the nib is a Jova number 6, the converter. I think it's a Schmidt converter, which is, I think, pretty commonly used. I don't really know much more about like the nib and feed, but it's worked really nicely for me. Now, you would think that this is the end of the video, but I may have fibbed at the beginning, because I actually didn't just purchase one pen from Casey. was raving, you know, after my wish list videos and talking to Casey, and he was talking about, you know, when I'm ready, making a hybrid pen and all of that for me. And I was basically fangirling about it to my mum, and she's like, well, that sounds incredible. Do you want that to be your birthday present? Now, please don't say happy birthday in the comments, because my birthday is not till June. I'm just really impatient. So I was, you know, telling my mum about it and how special it was going to be. And she said, well, go ahead with it, but maybe we'll make that the birthday present, you know, from parents, family, whatever. So then I got an itch, and I thought, well, maybe I can get another pen. If you're a really fast reader, you'll see in a second, you might get a hint of what this pen is. I'm not actually going to show you because just yet, I'll show you in another video, obviously. But this video is just all about that beautiful hybrid Ghost Burl pen. I'm so lucky to have it. Thank you to Casey for making it, and thank you to you guys for watching this video. I will release the next new pen day video soon, so hit subscribe so you can find out when that's out. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll chat to you guys all again soon. Bye.